Cooking has always been more than just a skill for me. It's a passion. I genuinely love being in the kitchen, trying out new recipes and feeding people. There's a different kind of joy I feel when someone takes a bite of something I made and lights up with a compliment. That feeling, it fills me up in ways I can't even explain. Makes me feel so fulfilled. And that's how I knew I was meant to own a food business. Hi guys, let's make banana bread and zobo for my restaurant opening. I've done many things in the past, tried my hands at different businesses. But food felt different. It felt like home. So when the idea of opening a restaurant came up, I did not second guess it. I knew it was what I wanted. Now, banana bread might seem like just a snack to some people, but for me, it became a quiet star. I used to bake it in small batches for myself, and sometimes when I made extra, I'd post it on my WhatsApp. Friends would message me saying, please send me some. I would even pay for delivery sometimes. And I was so glad to send it for free. The feedback was always the same. The banana bread was too good. So when word got out that I was opening a restaurant, those same friends started requesting, demanding that banana bread make the menu over and over again. It reminded me of how much they loved it. And I thought to myself, why not? So here we are. This was the day before my grand opening. I made 24 pieces of banana bread, and for the first time, I also tried my hands at making zobo. This was more than just prepping for the opening day. It was me putting love into every bite, knowing that something I started for fun is now going to feed so many people. This is the dream, and it's just beginning. Let me not bore you with my many talk. Let's get into the video. So the first thing I did was to start off by washing my zobo leaves, and once they were clean, I put them on fire with some pineapple bark and other ingredients. Everything needed to give that deep, rich flavor. While the zobo was doing its thing, I moved on to making the banana bread. I was making different flavors, so after mixing up the entire batch, I carefully sectioned them out and added all the toppings and extras. Since my oven isn't that big, I had to bake in 3 separate batches. I put in the first 2 and let them bake for about 40 minutes. When those were done, I popped in the last batch and let them bake while I took out the first ones to cool on a rack. Before going back to check on my zobo, I had to show you guys this goodness. I mean, just look at how beautiful this banana bread turned out. So soft, golden, and perfect. And guess what? All this deliciousness is for just 1,500 naira. Like, are you even kidding? Anyway, I went back to my zobo, drained out all the juice from the leaves, and set it aside to cool before adding in my flavors. Then I brought out my last batch of banana bread and placed it on a cooling rack as well. Everything looked so cute and golden. I had to make a quick video just to show you how amazing it all turned out. It's crazy how this banana bread did not even make it to the restaurant because it got sold out in less than 2 hours just by posting on Snapchat and WhatsApp. Since the banana bread was out of the way, it was time to pack the zobo. I poured it into mini containers, sealed them up, and tucked them into the freezer to chill properly. And that's it. I officially called it a night around 2 a.m. and the next day was our big opening. And yeah, Dinner's Gourmet is now officially open. Do well to buy from us. Thank you. My friends and I have been planning a picnic for the longest time, and we finally decided to have it today. Hi guys, spend the day with me as a young mom trying to survive. I'm sure you all know how it is now when you make plans with your friends to go out and have fun, and you have been planning different outings for a very long time and you have not executed any. Thankfully, we made this picnic a reality. We were actually supposed to go on this picnic like a week before, but for some reasons, almost all of us fell sick. I think the weather contributed to it, sha. Anyways, you all know that when you're going on a picnic, you have to make food or you can buy snacks and take them. Now, tell me why my friends decided that it was a good idea for the mothers in the group to be the one to do the cooking instead of it being the other way around. Can you just imagine the wickedness? So because we're the ones doing the cooking, I decided to make coconut jollof rice. And I just used that opportunity to visit the newly opened ShopRite. Yes, ShopRite in Benin City is now open. So I went there and I got a few things that I'll be using to make the food. After getting everything, I also remember that I needed to get food for my baby. So we are starting solids now because she's almost 6 months old. I started giving her solid like a month ago and she has been liking it so far, even though we fight anytime she's eating. I got the apple and banana Nestle puree because that was the only one that was available for 4 to 6 months, and she took it before. She really liked it. On my way home, I remember that my basmati rice was almost finished, so I had to get another bag. That was why I went to Hallmark. But I was in a hurry, so I did not film when I was inside. At this point, I was already getting late because it was like 12 p.m. and the picnic was supposed to be for 4 p.m. according to my friends. Remember, I still had to get home and make the food, get my baby dressed and all of that. Immediately I got home, I started cooking. Cooking is the only chore that I don't find demanding. Like when it comes to cooking, I'm always very happy to do it, unlike every other chore. And best believe that I would always get things that will make my life in the kitchen easier, just like that vegetable chopper in the video. You cannot be a lover of fried rice and still not have that vegetable vegetable cutter. Like, it makes your life so much easier. In less than 2 hours, I was done cooking, so I quickly dished the food and went ahead to freshen up and dress up. Then I started dressing my daughter up. You know the Obioma tailor duty I had to go through just for this dress to fit her, You pity for me. Started dressing up, I made some videos, and then I went outside to take some pictures for the gram, because why not? Immediately I was done with the pictures, I headed out. I left the house late because this was already like 4:20 or something, and the first mistake I made was not calling my friends to tell them I was already on my way to the venue. Can you just imagine that I got to Ogba Zoo like around 5 and they were not there. When I called them, they were still at home. In my mind, I was like, this picnic is sure not going to hold. I was just waiting, and my madam was sleeping. My friends finally came like to 7, and I'm like, who do you expect to go and spread wrapper at this time of the night inside Ogba Zoo so that snake will come and bite my bum? So we just had to look for an alternative because there was no way we were still having the picnic at Ogba Zoo. So we decided to have the picnic at one of our houses, and my house happened to be the closest. Should I even call it a picnic at this point? Let me say picnic stroke slumber party. That was how we drove to my house. We got home and we did our setup. And the picnic started though, but first of all, I had to eat because I was very, very hungry. Just look at me dancing shamelessly because of food. I had the coconut jollof rice first, and then when we were playing Ludo and other games, we started eating the grapes. And we rounded up with the potato chips and beef sauce that my friend brought. I had so much fun with my friends, gossiping, playing games, and doing a lot of... When I count my blessings, I count my husband 10 times. Not because he's perfect, but because he sees things in me that I sometimes don't see in myself. I did not open a TikTok account to become a content creator from the beginning. I just came here to vibe, post random things, and laugh a little. But one day, my husband looked at me and said, babe, you're actually good at this, and people make money from content, and I believe you can too. At the time, I did not take it seriously, but I started just to make him happy. And the more I showed up, the more I fell in love with content creation. Now, this thing I once laughed off is something I make money from. And it all started because one person, believed in me. Hi guys, spend the evening with me and my baby. So my husband traveled today, and I thought it would not be too stressful since my domestic assistant was still around to help. But then, out of nowhere, she walked up to me and said she had an emergency at home and had to leave immediately. Just like that, I was left alone with my baby, and we had to figure the whole evening out together. Around 5 p.m, I started by feeding her some leftover moi moi. Then I put some water on the fire to get ready for her bath. While the water was boiling, I decided to do a bit of unboxing because I had ordered a few items from Kelma Collection on TikTok, and I was so pleased. I got some items for my auntie and cousin, but the main reason why I shopped in the first place was because my L16 tripod got bad. With my content creation class coming up, I needed to replace it. But once I entered Kelma Collection's page, or more, temptation took over. Things are super affordable, and I just could not stop myself from ordering more things. So I got quite a number of things. I really could not stop myself from shopping. These are some of the items I got, and as you can probably tell on the screen, my daughter was making the unboxing extra eventful. She was all over the place, pulling things, scattering everywhere. It was almost like she had her own plans for the day. But we moved. I still managed to unbox everything, and I think my absolute favorite was to be this Stanley cup. I've been wanting to get one for myself for a while now, and I'm so happy with the color I picked. It's so pretty and just what I envisioned. My second favorite was this cute LED lamp. You can put it by your bedside and write your goals, affirmations, anything you want. It glows and gives such a calm aesthetic vibe. I have not even had the time to test out most of these items because my daughter would not let me breathe that evening, but just unboxing them already made me so excited. I also got an influencer light I have been wanting, and of course the star of the whole, my L16 tripod. I call it my star because I literally can't do content without it anymore. Quick one, if you've been thinking of creating content or growing your TikTok, I have a content creation class coming up soon, and I'll be sharing the details shortly. I got all these amazing products from Kelma Collection, and I'm going to be tagging her below so you can check her out. Anyway, after unboxing everything, I went ahead to give my daughter a bath. Once I was done, I left her for a bit because I honestly prefer feeding her close to bedtime. So around 10 p.m, I gave her dinner. We recently switched from Fisogo to Marillac, and so far she has been loving it. No fuss at all. After eating, I took her to my room and put on Grace's corner so she could relax and enjoy herself. And in no time, my baby was fast asleep. The moment she slept off, I tiptoed back into her room to tidy up everything I had left earlier. I also picked up her feeding bottles from the sterilizer and grabbed her formula because yes, I still do night feeding. Imagine that. Once everything was set for the night, I took my bath, and that was it. That's how we spent our evening. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next vlog. Bye. Mwah.